booktube. Happy Friday. I'm here today to do one of my favorite videos, and that is Friday Reads. And I'm actually along with having a holiday weekend, I'm having an extended holiday weekend by taking Tuesday off because I'm going to go on a camping trip. So even though I've selected quite a few books, I don't know how many I'm going to get to. It's my boyfriend's birthday this weekend as well, and so tomorrow we're going to be going into like downtown Portland and going to the gigantic Powell's bookstore. So even though I put myself in a book buying ban, I think that's going to have to start in June because I can't go into Powell's and not pick something up. And I've never put myself on a book buying ban before, so I don't know how that's going to go. but yeah, I have a limited bookshelf here. I literally have just one bookcase, and so yeah, it's going to get filled up really quickly. Anyway, so yes, I picked a couple of beach type reads to read since I'm going to the beach, and this is gonna be Fable's first time camping, and so we'll see how she does. I've taken her to the beach a couple of times previously, and she gets scared with like the waves. Like I've taken her to like a river, and she's fine, like jumping in, diving in, like head first there. But I think it's because if they're not like coming at her, like she can choose to go into the water. Whereas at the beach, she's just, I don't know, it's just intimidated by it. So maybe us being there 2 days and her seeing it, more than just an hour will maybe relax her and she'll have some fun. Either way, she'll have lots of fun, like smelling all the shells and playing with all the other dogs. So yeah, it'll be nice. So the first book here is Summer at Lake Haven by Rand Thane, and this is a UK edition, and this is the only Rand Thane I have, and I really like these UK editions. I want to go to like Book Depository or something and pick them all up. But this is about Sam, and she's interested in her next door neighbor, who's kind of mysterious and aloof, and he is studying like natural habitats near this lake, and he's keeping himself apart. I think he's a lord, and he like wants to get away from responsibilities, and he's not really wanting to start a relationship with anyone. But she kind of like finagles her way in. She's not planning on this, but she develops a friendship with his two, I think, sons or two children, and so he starts like thinking about her, because he's constantly exposed to her. I'm guessing that he starts considering her in a different light. So yeah, this will be like a fun read at a lake house, and I really like all their Rand Thane books I have read, and I'm not sure if this is part of a series or not, because I know she's written quite a few. It might be a standalone. I believe it is a standalone, but yes, there's that one. And the other lake house book I have is What Waits in the Water by Kieran Scott. And you think I'd be going to a lake, but no, this is one like, I wanted like a water theme kind of books to read. But this caught my eye. I found this at a little free library, and it's like, take a dip if you dare. And it reminds me of like the Goosebump or the Fear Street books I read when I was a kid. And I just love this cover. It's like a haunted lake where it says, there's mysterious drownings, supposed creatures, and some kind of curse at this lake. And Hannah, the main character, isn't sure what to believe. And so she's on a vacation, and there's a local girl gets viciously sucked under the water right in front of Hannah's eyes. So we'll see what happens there. But this will be a fun, quick read. And then, let's see, on my Kindle, I have Miss Julia Takes Over by Anne B. Ross, and this is what I've been reading today, if I can show it. And this is book 2 in the Miss Julia series, and this is following right on the heels of book 1, where she has taken in her deceased husband's mistress and child that was like kind of like dropped on her doorstep in a way in book 1. And this one, the woman that she's helped take in has gone missing, and so now that she has formed a friendship with her and is really invested in taking care of her and the son and like kind of raise them up right as she believes, she's on the hunt to find her, because while the mother has gone missing, the little boy is, the cops are like not after him, but there's been an order put in place because the mother's uncle is wanting to take the son in custody because there's a bunch of money now through like a trust of the husband that's passed away. So he wants his mittens, his hands on the on the money. So yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but yeah, I'm like halfway through this book and I'm really liking it. Just the dialogue reminds me of my grandparents in like the Southern Virginia kind of accent with lots of like Southern phrases mixed in, and yeah, it's just a really fun read. And there's a bunch of these books in these series, and I'm just now getting to these, even though I've heard about them off and on over the years. And then the last book I have is I just finished Maggie Stiefvater's Call Down the Hawk, and I'll talk about this on in my wrap up. But I have book 2 here, Mr. Impossible, and because I purchased book 1 and 2 last weekend, I was like, like why not just go ahead and read book 2 like kind of like back to back in a series, which I don't normally do. I'll normally like every month or every 2 months I'll get to a series and like slowly read them. But it'd be nice to like actually while it's still in my mind fresh to go on with this one. And I'm not sure what all this one's about, but this is I don't know what is the series called, the Dreamer trilogy, and this is a trilogy that's following the quartet of the Raven cycle, the Raven Boy cycle, the Raven cycle, and that one was following like a group of friends, and one of them, Ronan, is like a dreamer where he can pull objects and like magical objects, um, for one example, random example, what they're talking about in that series was a toaster that's not plugged in and can just work, little like dream objects like that. So this series is following Ronan's story, and like in the brothers in particular, because he has an older brother and a younger brother, and they're all very like distinct and unique, but they all like work together even though they don't always like each other. And this is, I don't know, it's a very different vibe than the Raven cycle, because that one will really focus on like friendship, whereas this one it feels more of like a mystery or like a thriller in a way, because they are on the run in a way, because there's these group of people that are hunting down anyone that is considered a dreamer and like taking them out. So it has a different vibe, but I am enjoying it, and so this one I am looking forward to. There's a car and these people, and so and I think this is Ronan, the main character here. But if anyone's read any of Maggie Stiefvater's books, or like follow her, I follow her like on Twitter, and I know she really likes cars and like and high speeds, and so I'm sure that there might be some car chases in here or something like that, which will be cool to read about. Even though I don't drive that fast at all, and I'm kind of like suspicious in a way of people that do, because I'm like, slow down. But yeah. Anyway, these are my books that I'm going to be reading this weekend. I actually have quite a few physical books that I don't normally read a ton of those, but I think because I'm doing so much book buying, I need to make a priority over my ebooks. So yeah, let me know what your reading plans, or if you have any fun plans over the holiday weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks, BookTube.